Hey guys, Raj here, back again, this time with a fragrance acquisitions video, a haul video. I'm going to be showing you all the bottles that I have got since the last video I did, which was back in July. So five of them, there are six here, five which I bought, and I'll come on to that a little bit later. Just before I go into everything that I've got, which is down below in the or in the description box. The timeline is there. Let me tell you where I'm at with my whole fragrance collecting thing. So at the moment, in terms of numbers, I have 18, 8, and probably, there's about 2 on my to buy list, which are very likely to happen. So I never set myself a set number, of bottles that I need to own. But one thing I have set recently is actually a limit, and the limit came about for different reasons. So first of all, I looked at my collection and I thought, I want basically what I think is the best of the best, or at least, very good, excellent fragrances. So I sold a few, got some more in, and I have a nice rotation. I can rotate a lot. The current size allows me to rotate a lot in different scenarios, in different seasons. It also allows for some excess in there, or when I say excess, I mean more than what the average person on the street is going to have, because I'm an enthusiast at the end of the day, like we all are. So I don't mind having, a kind of a large amount at my disposal, but also I don't want to be excessive. I don't want to go over a certain number. And I came to around 15 bottles, and I felt really comfortable with what I had. It allowed me to, as I said, rotate and have everything for different scenarios. And I set myself a limit of 20 bottles. So I'm at 18 at the moment. There's a couple more I'd like to add to get to that 20 number. And also, in terms of expenditure, I like to focus on other parts of my life, and I don't want fragrances to take over. So I'm feeling pretty good where I am right now. And honestly, I think I am 2 fragrances away. It's not about the number actually. It's about the fragrances that I'm going to add, which will make, I think, my collection perfect. And it just so happens that I'm at 20. I didn't say to myself 6 months ago I want 20. It just it evolves into that number. So let me just get straight into the first bottle. This is a fragrance that I've had 2 decants of, and came up in a Facebook group, and I had to go for it. It's the one that's probably spoken about the most from the brand, and this is Parfum de Marly's Herod. So a pretty big bottle. It's kind of quite brutish in its looks. Parfum de Marly, inspired by the old, I think, royal House of Marly, and I think it was the love of King Louis the 15th, his love of horses or something like that. I need to read up a little bit more. But this is Herod, and this is a really superb kind of almost powdery, honey-like tobacco. There's some really sweet notes in there with some vanilla in there. It's a kind of incensey, almost style gourmand. Really superb, sits nicely on the skin, and it's quite kind of luxurious to wear. I really like this. I really like it a lot, and it's great when this happens. Fragrances that I've had my eye on for a long time finally making their way into my collection. And to be honest, the same can be said of the next 3. So the next one up is from the house of Guerlain, and this is Mon Precieux Nectar, which means my precious nectar. So before I go into the description, as you can see, I've got the little sprayer bulb on. Otherwise, it comes with a twist cap, which looks great, but spraying on is a much better way. I don't really like these things. I prefer a normal sprayer. I feel it distributes the fragrance a little bit better. So one thing I want to say about this fragrance is everything about it, in my eyes anyway, and I have a feeling in the eyes of a lot of other people, you would perceive it as being very feminine. The name is translated to My Precious Nectar. How many guys have a fragrance called My Precious Nectar? It comes with this thing, which I think is associated with women's fragrances. Some of the notes in there, white florals, vanilla, almonds. You might think this is, and I think even on the Guerlain website, some of the way it's described, everything is saying that it's like a woman's fragrance. I could not be further from the truth. This is a bang in the middle unisex. I'll be honest with you guys, this is one of the best fragrances that I have ever tried. This is a semi-gourmand with the typical Guerlain DNA, the Guerlainade, sweet almonds, a white floral note that never really shines too much on my skin. It's more about this tonka, vanilla, a nice kind of smooth woody base. It's very, very luxurious, really kind of almost indulgent in some ways. It really gives me a feeling of a dessert that I'm eating with like icing sugar and almonds, but a kind of warm woody base in there as well. Superb. And bottle design, I mean, just take a look at that thing. That is just amazing. Really stands out. Really pleased to have this in my collection. I got this at actually I bought this one at full retail price. Sorry, from a store, but I got a discount on it, so I was quite pleased with that. A fragrance which I've probably mentioned in, I think I have mentioned in a few of my videos, and I've had a decant of this. The opportunity came up to buy this and just went for it. And this is from the house of Roja Parfum, and this is Enigma. This is the EDP version. So you can tell it's the EDP because it comes in a 100 ml size and doesn't come with that shiny Swarovski crystal top cap. That's the Parfum version, which is a 50 ml. And again, just like I've said with these last two, very luxurious fragrance. Beautiful cognac accord, which is a kind of more a fragrance style cognac, you know, that you'll find in fragrances. Sitting on this kind of lovely, almost tobacco-y, patchouli type accord. Nothing harsh, very smooth, lingers nicely on the skin, leaves an impression on other people that I've noticed. Just a superb fragrance. I remember watching a video by a fellow UK reviewer called Rob, and I really enjoyed watching his video on this and seeing his reactions, and he actually ended up getting a bottle, so yeah, really pleased for him that he got that. So yeah, on to the next one, and this is from the house of Tom Ford, from their, is it called the Jardin Noir collection? I think it is. And this one is Cafe Rose. Not sure if it's focusing, but I've actually mentioned this in a video where I was testing from a sample, and I probably will go back to this fragrance and like do a proper full review of it. And from that time when I tried it and to now, I've actually I like it a lot more now. The rose note is just top quality, because there are 3 types of roses in here, ranging from a fresh dewy style rose to a more kind of opulent sort of dark rose. Think of like I just get this image of thick purple oil, maybe influenced by this little thing at the front here, but very nice, a little bit peppery as well. Well made fragrance, I have to be honest. Good stuff from the house of Tom Ford. Another fragrance that, again, I have mentioned on my channel before, quite recently actually, because I had a decant of this, which I have now sold and upgraded to the bottle. And this is from the house of Dior, and this is, nope, this is not Dior Homme Intense. I don't know if you can see at the bottom there. Probably not, but this is Dior Homme Parfum. So this was an exclusive to Sephora in France, and is now actually in the UK. I haven't actually seen it in store, but I have seen it on the Selfridges website. And yeah, I had to get this kind of partially used bottle. My impression of this has, again, I like this a lot more than what I thought in the past. Only, well, a few weeks ago, to be honest. A beautiful, I don't really get too much leather in here, if I'm honest. A little bit of leather, definitely, but more of this kind of sweet cocoa with a very more deeper, more pronounced woody notes in here. Almost like a mixture of cedarwood and sandalwood together. Maybe a bit of peppery guaiac wood in there also. Kind of powdery iris lingering somewhere in the background, but the cocoa is, this is top end. This is really superb. It does last longer than I thought it did, to be honest, than I thought it did, because when I first tried this fragrance, I was a little bit unsure about longevity and performance. It lasts a really good time, and just as I thought a few weeks ago, this is better in colder weather. It really is. It does perform better in colder weather. Yeah, actually, I just got this delivered today, and a guy at work tried it, and he sprayed it on his hand, and it was basically just one spray. It was filling the room, and he liked it a lot. Smelled great on him. So yeah. So pretty pleased with that purchase. And the next one wasn't a purchase, as I mentioned earlier in the video. This was a free gift. So the person who I bought Dior Homme Parfum from, he also gave me some samples, some Guerlain samples, Mouchoir de Monsieur, Shalimar EDP, and Cologne du 68. And I think basically what happened is that he posted it a little bit later than he would have liked. I didn't think anything of it, like, you know, I didn't really see there was much of a delay. But he threw in this for free. So this is the latest fragrance from Penhaligon's, Bayolea. And obviously it's, you know, it's a partially used bottle, but there's probably about, I don't know, I want to say like 20 ml or so in there, completely free. So like when he sent this to me, like my first reaction was actually, has he sent this to me by mistake? But I know he's a really generous guy, and really I was talking with him today, so thanks a lot. I mean, this is a great gift, and it's great also in even greater because I know this fragrance. I've tried it before. I went into the Penhaligon store here in the UK in not Covent Garden. There's one. Oh, I've forgotten where it is now. Somewhere in Mayfair, I think it was somewhere there. And tried it on, and you know, had a look at some of the other products they have in their range, and yeah, I thought it was really good. It's a kind of uplifting, kind of citrusy note in there with a nice lemongrass note, which actually comes through quite a lot. I didn't know there was lemongrass until I checked the notes, and then yeah, I was right about that. It definitely comes out kind of sharp, almost gingery typeness, with some kind of, I've got it on kind of like almost kind of old cabinets, old dusty books and cabinets type of chord. Bit strange, but good in a good way. It's an interesting scent. Got to wear it a little bit more. I think there's I think Maximilian Husler has done a review on this, and I think he's the only person who's spoken about it. So yeah, pretty damn pleased with what I've got here, to be honest. Really pleased actually with this. This I think is possibly one of the best hauls that I've ever done, and it's great also because where I'm at now with where my whole collecting, I'm getting to a stage now where I just feel like my collection is just, it's near to perfection. Like honestly, where there's such a thing as perfect, but I really feel that I've slowed down, and that's been great. And I've learned to appreciate a lot more the fragrances I have, and I'm wearing a lot more decants as well. And yeah, I'm really pleased about this. You know, it's great to have a passion for something and an enthusiasm for something, and if you do, I would say just indulge. But for me, at the same time, I kind of tempered that indulgence, and I think that has made my collection much better. Over to you guys now. Have you tried any of these? Do you like them? Do you dislike them? If you dislike them, feel free. You know, I don't take any offense. Feel free to tell me. Are there any in here that kind of have piqued your interest by what I've said? Or would you like to try them? And let me know what you have bought recently, and you know, or what you want to buy, what's on your to buy list. It's always great hearing from you guys, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.